James Parsons has been huge. Right, you saw him addressing them at half time in the sheds, and they have taken every word he said and executed it with precision. It's been a real strength of theirs today and the difference. And it goes, Sam Slade wins the ball, Malolo. Attack as Patafilo floats a wide pass away to Bide. He sends to wobble it behind. Try and split the defence if you can. Try to inherit it. It's there once more on the ball. And Moana, and they've got a penalty too. And another card coming. So yes, we've been able to close the game with some excellent tries, but discipline will be certainly a work on for the Brumbies in the back half of this season. Yeah, both sides have just probably been over-trying because they haven't felt that rhythm that they're so used to. Through frustration, making some poor decisions, especially in and around the breakdown. With the Brumbies, breaks down and line out time again. Goddard slams it as far as he can. That's an excellent clearing kick. Can't find the touch. They've heard some sort of hooting outside of the commentary box. Still time on the clock in navigation homes. Up the ball, looks away to the left. Finds guard in fashion. Muirhead will try and get over the ball. What a game he's had. The vice captain. Say no fall as Matavol Salvia wants something for their efforts here. The Brumbies having to defend. The players in the bin all night as Moana haven't been able to take advantage. Can they do it here? Can they have the final say? Difficult fight, Lungi passing in field. Matavol and Moana pasifika. Ball's being turned over inside. And what does Angus maybe say? There's still time to play. It just has not been their night, Jim. Well, it's a great example of it. They've created patches of absolute brilliance, just haven't been able to finish. It's something they're not accustomed to. This season, they are one of the most efficient sides at finishing off any opportunity off a line break. It breaks down at line-out time again. It works so well, but they do have it. And the tackle is made. Alani Matoval as Moana through Jackson guard and Basher chips it over where Tavita Oppa waits on the right wing. Corey Toole makes the tackle. And excellent work by Moana's fullback to keep the ball alive. The awareness of the rules as Ola Toilangi use it. Lays it back to Walla, plays halfback. 80 minutes gone, and oh no, there's the knock-on from Moana. And there is the final whistle. The Brumbies come to town. They have a hard-fought victory, but in the end, they will head back across the Tasman with a 24-0 victory over Moana Pasifika. I led most of the stats for such long periods of this game. Moana, it was only 5-0 thanks to really an incredible try from Corey Toole after the 40th minute. But in the end, they came home strongly. 3 second-half tries, and they deserved their victory, James Parsons. Oh, the impact off the bench was second to none. It wasn't a night that they'll look back on and think there's a lot of highlights to take out of it. What they will take out of it is the grit, the determination to just get the result and a bonus point away from home. They certainly are peaking at the right time as we get closer to the finals series.
4 tries to 0. 2 of those for the Brumbies coming to their replacement hooker, Billy Pollard, standing by with Taylor.
Thanks, Chef Billy. Congratulations on the win. But we need to talk about that defensive effort. You kept Moana Pasifika on the donut. And if you didn't know, they lead the competition in points scored. Let us in on your defensive secrets and systems.
Yeah, well, it's pretty important, obviously, tonight, given, as you said, they're the highest point scoring team. But and we know how good they are in the second half too. They like to accumulate points in the back halves of games, and they've gotten so much better just each year they played. And yeah, I think maybe where they are on the ladder doesn't reflect how good they've been this year. I think they've been a bit unlucky, but to keep them to 0 was very promising for us.
A lot of teams have struggled with consistency, but now we've seen 3 complete performances coming through from the Brumbies. What's the secret sauce for you guys?
Well, obviously we're pretty disappointed with how we started the year. As you said, just inconsistencies in all facets of our game, so it's just something we really tried to work on through training, and then I suppose just more mental application throughout the games too.
Let's talk about the impact of your bench as well. You came on, you scored 2 tries. I mean, what is it like coming off the bench in a game like this when you observe from the sideline just how physical it's been?
Yeah, it's really important. Obviously, as I said, their bench is one of the best, if not the best in the comp, so to come on and try and just nullify with what they were doing was really important for us. And we spoke at half-time as a bench just to make sure that we come on, everyone nails their jobs, and I suppose just know your role too.
Talk us through your tries as well. I mean, how good is it to get over the chalk? Not once, but twice.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really do too much at the back. It's more of a, yeah, all the forwards do all the work, and yeah, I'm just get lucky at the end. But yeah, it's always nice, and I'll claim it.
Well, congratulations on the win, and we look forward to seeing you in action against the Hurricanes next weekend.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks.
Well, he came into this match, Billy Pollard, with 4 tries, as we saw Stephen Larkham had a good old word to the bench at half-time, and what an impact they made. It's such a hallmark of Brumbies footy over the years, the line-out drive, and he really made his presence felt tonight. Billy Pollard, 2 tries, 2 of the 4 for the Brumbies. And I'm sure he's a very happy captain. Alan Alaratua is standing by with Taylor Curtis.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Well, Alan, how satisfying is it to finally get 2 back-to-back away wins with the squad?
Yeah, I think it's definitely really pleasing, especially to come out here, Pukekohe, to put on a performance like that against a tough Moana side, in front of their passionate fans. I think the most pleasing part was to keep this side, at 0 points, our side with attacking flair. So there's a lot of pride shown out there by our boys, and I was just really proud of the effort.
What was the messages coming from your leadership group? You were 1 man down, especially in that first half when Moana had all the possession going their way.
It was just about, our effort areas. I think we got back-to-back pens there, and I think for us, we just had to hustle hard for each other. And so I think that was probably the most pleasing part. We had 2 yellow cards today, and we still didn't give any points away, so there's a lot to take away from that.
And how proud are you from your bench as well to come on and make an impact when needed to close out this game?
Yeah, massive. They've been massive for us all year, and we spoke about the impact that Moana has off their bench as well. Their second half is so powerful, and that's probably where they scored their points. So, we needed to be smart with how we played the first half. We wanted to get some points on the board. It took us 40 minutes, but we knew that our second half was going to be important.
Well, congratulations, and thank you so much, and safe travels going home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so a win for the Brumbies, who move up into second place on the Super Rugby Pacific ladder for the time being. Chiefs Highlanders to come in Hamilton tonight. Force Hurricanes later on in Perth. Smiles on the face of Noah Lolasio. And let's head now to the captain of Moana, Sione Havili-Talitui, standing by with Taylor Johnson.
Thanks, Jeff. Sione, you guys just had a very somber huddle then. Can you just let us in on what was said?
Pretty much boss said to us, we just didn't show up today. We had a good plan, we had a good week of training. We just didn't show up.
Is there an area in the game where you think that they were able to get on top of you?
If I think back, that first half, we looked really good when we get into their 22. We hold on to the ball, but we just didn't get anything out of it. And just the learning for us, every time we get into that 22, we just got to make sure we come out with points.
First time this season you haven't come away with any points. What do you think went wrong with your attacking systems?
Like I said before, we had a good week of training, we had a good plan. We just didn't show up, we didn't stick to it. In that first half, like I said before, we looked really good, we were hard to the ball. The team like Brumbies, they stay in it. They stay in it all the way to the 80th minute. And, as we saw that second half, they set piece. Every time they get into our 22, they score.
Well, I know you guys are going to flush this because you have the Fijian drill next week. We look forward to seeing you back at home.
Malo bita.
Malo.
So Moana, Pasifika held scoreless. The Brumbies with the points here in Pukekohe tonight. Another win for them, their 6th of the Super Rugby season. And they get it down 24 points to 0 over Moana Pasifika. Plenty more to come here after the break from Navigation Home Stadium.